Yes, good afternoon children. I welcome you all to second part of this grammar video class. In the first part, I explained to you the transformation of sentences, that is how to change the statements from active to passive. And I have also taught you the basic rules behind this transformation. In this second part of this video, I am going to explain you how the question sentences, that is the interrogative, should be changed from active to passive, and then how imperative sentences should be changed from active to passive. Okay children? Okay, fine. Let me explain first imperative sentences. Imperative sentences. How these imperative sentences are changed from active to passive. Here also you have to observe some basic rules of transformation. You know that imperative sentences are including orders, commands, request, advice, so many things are there. So each type of sentence has to follow some rules of transformation. First one, see, do it alone. Observe closely, observe this example. Do it at once. Do it at once. So when the object receives the action, use let before the subject in the passive voice. Do it at once. Here you are giving this instruction to somebody. Someone is going to execute your order. So this is in the active form. Okay, here the subject is understood. Do it. Who is the object? One who is going to execute this one. Therefore, when the object receives this type of imperative sentences should be changed into passive with the beginning of let. See, let it be done. Let it be done at once. So in this way you have to change it. Let it be done at once. Do it at once means let it be done at once. Post this letter. Second, post this letter. Here verb, active voice, verb, active form of the verb. This letter, post this letter. Let this letter be posted. Let this letter be posted. Here also, this action of posting the letter is going to be executed by the object. Therefore, we begin the passive form with the verb let. Let this letter be posted. And open the door. See the one more example. Open the door. Let the door be opened. Let the door be opened. Open the door means let the door be opened. Close the window. Close the window. Let the window be closed. Let the window be closed. Okay. So, in all these four examples, you can observe one thing. Here the instruction are given to somebody. That is the receiver. He is the object. All the actions are going to be executed by the object. Therefore, we have to begin the passive with the verb let. Okay, fine. A second type of imperative sentences. In these second type of imperative sentences, request, advice, order or command are confined to the subject. See, let me give you some examples for the second type of imperative sentences. So, second type. Here, orders, commands, request. In the second type, request, order, commands and advice are confined to the subject. Therefore, here passive form should be started in a different way, not like the one what you did in the first one. See the example. Take exercises regularly. Take exercises regularly. This is the sentence. This is an imperative sentence. Now you have to change this sentence into passive form. Take verb said to be in the active form. Exercise object. Regularly adverb. Here how can you start the passive? You are advised. Because these commands, this order, this advice is confined to the subject. Therefore, you have to start the passive sentence like this. You are advised to take, see, take exercise. So, you are advised to take exercises regularly. So, you are advised to take exercises regularly. In this way, you have to change. I will give you some more examples to understand this concept properly. See, get out of my way. Get, second sentence, get out of my way. Here also the order is confined to the subject. Therefore, you have to begin or you have to start the passive sentence in such a way. You are ordered to get. You are ordered to get out of my place. To get out of my way. So, this is the proper way to change this type of commands or request into passive form. Okay, children? Please help me. Third. Please help me. Here, how can you change this sentence into passive form? See, this is a kind of a request. This request made to the subject to help him. Therefore, you are requested to help me. You are requested to help me. Okay. So in this way you have to change. Do not steal. See the next one. Do not steal. Can you guess, children? How can you change this order into passive form? See, do not steal. Here, you are forbidden. You are forbidden to steal. You are instructed not to steal. See, you are ordered. You are ordered not to steal. You are ordered not to steal. In this way, so in both way you can change this sentence into passive. But the first one is very formal. You are forbidden to steal. Second one is less formal. You are ordered not to steal. So when a sentence starts with do not, does not, did not, like this, it is in the form of a negative. So it is in negative form. Such types of sentences should be changed into passive form in this way only. Okay, fine. Next. Do not keep bad company. Do not keep bad company. How can you change this into passive? You are advised. You are advised not to keep bad company. You are advised not to keep bad company because it is in the form of an advice. You may be asked by your parent, you may be asked by your friends or teachers not to do certain things. When you are forbidden to do certain things, you have to change such types of sentences into passive form in this way only. Kindly sanction my loan. Kindly sanction my loan. Another sentence. How can you change this sentence into passive? You are requested. You are requested to sanction. You are requested to sanction my loan. You are requested to sanction my loan. So here children, two types of imperative sentences I have discussed with you. The first type of imperative sentences should be changed into passive form beginning with the let. So in the first type, the order may be executed by the object. Therefore, in such types of commands and requests, passive sentences must or should begin with the let, verb let. Second types of imperatives, commands and requests and orders, what I have been discussing with you now, should be changed into passive in a different manner. Here you have to start the passive sentences with you are asked, you are ordered, you are advised, you are requested. Okay, like that. Why? Because in these types of commands and requests, the commands is confined only to the subject. Therefore, you have to change these types of commands into passive form in the method what I suggested, what I taught you. Third, first form of the verb. It's a different imperative sentences. How these sentences will be changed into passive. Let me explain. Type third. Here, let us play tennis. Let us play tennis. Here, first order V1 verb is used. First form of the verb has been used in these imperative sentences. So, how can we change this type of sentences into passive? Let, come on, can you guess it? Let tennis be, let tennis be played by us. Let us play tennis, active form, active voice. Passive, let tennis be played by us. Let her do it. See, let her do it. How can you change this sentence? Let it be done by her. Let it be done. Let it be done by her. Okay. So in this way, these types of sentences can be changed into passive. I'll give you two more examples. See, let him have the book. Third, let him have the book. How can you change this sentence into passive? Let the book be had by him. Let the book be had by him. Okay. Let them watch a film. See, let them watch a film. Let them watch a film. How can you change this sentence into passive? Let a film be watched. Let a film be watched by them. Okay, so this type of sentences, when there you have V1 form of the verb in the active form, such types of sentences should be changed into passive in this way, in this method. Okay, fine. Then there are some sentences with the infinitives. When you have infinite form of verbs in a sentence, how can you change such type of active sentences into passive? Let me explain. See, sentences with infinitives. Sentences with infinitives. Here, how can you change this type of sentences into passive? She likes to post the letter. See the example. She likes to post. She likes to post the letter. How will you change this sentence? She likes the letter to be posted. Here actually she subject, likes verb. She likes what? Posting of the letter. That's important. So she likes to post the letter. It should be taken together. She likes what? To write essays. So she likes the letter to be posted. How will you change into passive? She likes the letter to be posted. When you are going to change this type of sentence into passive, you should be very careful, children. Okay. He wants to buy dress for Diwali. See, he wants to buy dress for Diwali. Here, he wants dress to be fought for Diwali. So he wants dress to be fought for Diwali. In such a way you have to change these sentences. So he wants dress to be bought for Diwali. He wants the dress to be bought for Diwali. Okay, fine. So, I made him do the work. How can you change this type of sentence into passive? See, I made him do the work. So far now, you have learned how to change the imperative sentences from active to passive. In the first type of imperative sentences, the work is done by the object or the work is executed by the object. There you have to start the passive with the verb of let. In the second type of imperatives, what you have seen? The work, that is order, commands, request are confined to the subject. Such types of commands should be changed into passive. So to begin with, you are asked, you are requested, you are commanded. So you have to start the passive with this structure. And the third, I taught you the third type of imperative sentences. See, the first form of the verb you have in the active form. So how can you change this type of sentences into passive? As usual, you have to start the passive with the verb let. Okay, fine. Then in the fourth type, I taught you sentences with the infinitives 2 plus V1. Such types of sentences should be changed in the set model. And then see the next one. I made him do the work. See, just to go through the sentence, I made him do the work. Here I subject, made verb, him object, do the work. Actually here, who was asked to do the work? He was asked to do the work. Who ordered him to do the work? The subject, that is the doer of the action. So this type of sentences should be changed into passive in the following method. See, he, first you have to take out the object, he was made. So this change should be effected. I made him. He was made by me to do the work. Otherwise, he was made to do the work. He was made to do the work by me. Could you follow me, children? So without any confusion, you have to understand this. I made him. Actually, I subject, made verb. Him is a direct object. That alone should be changed into passive. So I made him do the work. He was made to do the work by me. Okay, next. Let me explain sentences with two objects. As I told you already, there are some verbs which may have two objects. If a verb has two objects in a sentence, then such types of verbs are called ditransitive verbs. If it is so, you have to change such type of sentences into two passive forms. So such types of sentences have two passive forms. Let me give you one or two examples for that. He teaches us grammar. He teaches us grammar. Go through the sentence, children. He subject, teaches verb. He teaches what? Grammar, D-O, as I-O. He teaches us grammar in the sentence, D-O, direct object, as indirect object. So here you have two objects. When you change this type of sentence into passive, you have to write one passive using direct object. Then you have to give another passive sentence using the indirect object. Okay, fine. So he teaches what? The answer is grammar. That is a direct object. So using the direct object, you have to frame one passive. Grammar was, see, grammar is taught. Grammar is taught to us by him. See here, what is the tense form of the verb? Present tense. Therefore, is plus past participle. The structure should be followed. Grammar is taught to us by him. Using the direct object, I have given this passive. Then using the indirect object, I have to go for another passive structure, that is, as should be changed into we. Yeah. We are taught grammar by him. So he teaches grammar. Using the direct object, I have given one passive structure. Grammar is taught to us by him. Using indirect object, as we have to give one more passive sentence, that is, as should be changed into we. The as is actually object form of the pronoun. When it changes into subject form we are taught grammar by him. Okay, children, could you follow me? I will give you one more sentence. See, I have sent him a message. I have sent him a message. See this sentence. Here I subject, have sent verb. What is the tense form of the verb here? Present perfect. Okay, I have sent. What I have sent? A message. Direct object. To whom you have sent the message? Him is an indirect object. Now you have to observe the same rule what I have told you already. So first you have to use the direct object to change it into passive, or you have to give a passive sentence using the direct object. So a message. Tense form you have to observe, have sent. What is the passive structure? Have been sent or has been sent. Okay. So the object here becomes subject. It is in singular. Therefore, has plus been plus past participle structure should be followed. A message has been sent. A message has been sent. Then to him, it is a propositional object. So a message has been sent to whom? To him. By whom? By me. Okay, to him, by me. Here you have to ask yourself these two questions. A message has been sent. So using direct object, I have given here a one passive sentence. A message has been sent to him, to whom? Him, by whom? By me. Then using the indirect object, you have to go for one more passive sentence. Him is an object form. It should be changed into subject he. He has been sent a message. He has been sent a message by me. Okay, so sometimes you may have these types of sentences. These sentences are called ditransitive sentences because here verbs have two objects. So when a verb has two objects in a sentence, you have to write two passive forms using direct object and using indirect object. Okay children, next let me explain interrogative sentences. How interrogative sentences should be changed into passive. You know that interrogative sentences. What are interrogative sentences? What do you mean by interrogative sentences? A sentence that raises a question or a sentence that asks a question is called an interrogative sentence. You know that two types of interrogative sentences. One is yes or no questions or questions begin with the verb. And another type of interrogation is questions begins with the question word. You should know how to change these two types of interrogative sentences into passive form. Let me begin with the imperative. Let me begin with the interrogative sentences. So here, as I told you, you have two types of interrogation. One is interrogative sentences begins with the verb. Another one is interrogative sentences begins with the question word or WH questions. Okay, fine. So to begin with, let me explain how verbal questions should be changed into passive form. How verbal questions should be changed into passive form. See, do they speak English? Do they speak English? You know that auxiliary verbs help us to frame questions. Do, does and did. These three do verbs help us to frame questions. Okay. Then be verbs also help us to frame questions. Is, am, or, was, were. Okay, fine. Then have verbs also help us to frame questions. Have, has, had. Very well. Then modals will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might and must. All these auxiliaries help us to frame questions. Let me explain one example for each auxiliary verbs. Okay. To begin with, do they speak English? How can you change this sentence into passive? See, when you have do or does in a sentence, when you have do or does in a sentence, these do or does should be changed into is, am, or are in the passive form. Because do, does will never take past participle with it. Therefore, we have to change this do form of the verbs into be form of the verbs. Is, am, are. When you change this question into passive form, these be form of the verbs alone will take V3 after it. Okay, that's the reason. So, do they speak English? Here, they speak is a verb, base form, English is an object. Do they speak English? Then how can you change it? Is English spoken by them? Is English spoken by them? Actually, when you change this sentence into passive, this interrogative sentence into passive, it should begin with is. Is English spoken by them? Do they speak English? Is English spoken by them? See, how can you change this into, see, normally speak English, how can you change it? Is spoken by them. You just see, split this verb into two and bring the auxiliary verb first, and then put the second part there. Bring the object in midin or in between. So you will get question automatically. English is spoken by them. Is English spoken by them? See once again, when you change this sentence into interrogative, do they speak English? See, you can change this in your mind in such a way, they speak English. Okay. Then speak, how can you split into two? Is spoken. In between you bring English. Is English spoken? Then they should be changed into by them automatically. So this is the way to change an interrogative sentence into passive form. When you change the interrogative sentence into passive form, the sentence in the passive form should also be in interrogative form. That is very important. Okay. So that should be kept in your mind. When you change an interrogative sentence into passive, the sentence in the passive form should also be in interrogative form. Okay, fine. See, did they win the match? I'll give you one more example. Did they win the match? Observe this sentence. Did they win the match? Here actually the match was won by them, that's all. The match, because did you have used, so past form. What's the equivalent past form for did was? Then you just change it into first statement, the match was won by them. Then change it into interrogative. See, the match was won by them. So now I have changed the sentence in statement form, in normal sentence, in assertive sentence. Now you can easily change this sentence into interrogative. Was the match won by them? Was the match won by them? So in this way you can change. A sentence begins with the do form of the verbs into passive structure. Okay children, next. When a sentence begins with be form of the verbs, when an interrogative sentence begin with be form of the verb, how can you change then such types of sentences into passive? Is he reading a book? Is he reading a book? See, is reading is main verb, reading present participle. So the verb, what is the tense form of the verb here? Present continuous. Is he reading a book? You just first change it into passive in the form of a sentence. A book is being read by him. That's the way you will change it into statement. The book is being read. Now change it into passive. Yes, is a book being read by him. Is a book being read by him? Now you got the sentence in the passive form. Is he reading a book? Okay. Are you writing a letter? Are you writing a letter? See, are you writing a letter? Or plus writing. Or plus writing. So main verb plus present participle, the tense is present continuous. Well, you then write a letter. A letter is being written by you. So you can change the sentence into passive form in such a way. A letter is being written by you. Now change the same sentence into question easily. How is a letter being written by you? I hope you could understand. I hope you could follow me. See, before you change the sentence directly into interrogative, you just try to change the same sentence into another statement in the passive form. Then from there you can get easily the interrogative form of a passive structure. So, are you writing a letter? A letter is being written by you. Then change into a question. is a letter being written by you. Okay, children. Then, suppose if you have or has verb, how can you change such type of sentences into passive? Has he invited you? See this sentence. Has he invited you? How will you change this sentence into passive? Has or have. Here you may have a doubt in your mind. How can you start the sentence? How to start the sentence? Whether to start the sentence with the has or to have. Is just to see the subject. It will become, the object will become here a subject. So you will never be preceded by has. So have. So have you been invited by him? See? Have you been invited? You have been invited by him. That is a statement in passive structure. Has he invited you? Now you have been invited by him. Now change the same sentence into question. See, you have been invited by him. See, you have been invited. This is in the statement form because subject comes first, followed by the verb. If you split the verb into two and bring the subject in between, you will get a question. So, have, next bring subject here, have you been invited, you will get a question form. This is the way to frame questions. So, without any difficulty, you can change an interrogative sentence into passive form easily. But you have to, first you have to change the given interrogative sentence into statement form. Then from the statement form, try to derive interrogative form in the passive structure. Okay, using models, I'll give you some sentences. Will you help me? Will you help me? See, how can you change this sentence into passive? Will you? Will help. Will is the modal auxiliary. Help is the main verb. See, will. Me should be changed into I. Then will I be helped by you? This is the usual way to change a given sentence, or when a sentence begins with a model like this. In this way only you have to change the given sentence into passive. But here you may have a contradiction. See, me here changed into I. This is object form. I is a subject form. But I will never be preceded by will. Therefore you can use shall instead of will. So shall I be helped by you? Question mark. Okay. So will you help me? Shall I be helped by you? This is the passive structure for this question. Okay, fine. Can I buy this costly pen? Using can. Can I buy? Can I buy this costly pen? Can I buy this costly pen? Here, can plus buy. I can buy this costly pen. This costly pen can be bought by me. Okay. This costly pen, see, this costly pen can be bought by me. So this is a sentence in passive form. Now you have to change the sentence into interrogative form. Just to bring the verb first. Then it may be followed by the subject. You will get interrogative form or question form. Can. See, can this costly pen, can this costly pen be bought by me? That's all. Now you get an interrogative form. Now you get a question form in the passive structure. Can this costly pen be bought by me? Okay. So when you have interrogative sentences in be verbs, isam or was were, In do verbs, do, does, did. In have verbs, have, has, had. You have to change these type of interrogative sentences into passive form without changing the structure of an interrogative sentence. That's very important, children. Structure should not get disturbed when you are going to change a sentence into passive. What is the structure for a statement? Statement, I will write it. Statement, subject comes first, followed by verb, then it may be followed by object or adjunct. What are other things? So yes, this is the structure for a statement. Sentence begins with the subject. Subject may be a noun, subject may be a pronoun, subject may be infinitive, subject may be gerund, whatever it may be, it should begin with a subject. Then subject should be followed by the verb. The verb may be finite verb, infinite verb, non-finite verb, infinitive, whatever it may be. But subject should be followed by the verb. Verb may be followed by object. Verb may be followed by the adjunct. Verb may be followed by complement. Sometimes subject verb itself can form a sentence. That is the structure of a statement. Okay, fine. Then what is the structure of a question? Verb should be followed by the subject. That's important. You should know the structure. A question always begins with a verb. The verb may be an auxiliary verb. Okay, the auxiliary verb may be be verb. The auxiliary verb may be do verbs. The auxiliary verb may be have verbs. The auxiliary verb may be modals. So, the structure should not get disturbed when you are going to change a given active sentence into passive sentence. If it is a statement in active form, the same statement should be changed into passive form. Okay. If it is the given sentence in the active form is a question, then the same question sentence or question type should be changed into passive form. So the structure should not get disturbed. Then I will give you one or two examples for question type sentences. That is, questions begins with the WH. See, who wrote this book? Here, who is the subject actually? But we don't know who is the subject. But who is the subject? Who wrote this book? By whom? Who should be changed into by whom? What's the tense form of the verb? Wrote. Then immediately you have to think of was. What's the past participle? Written. Past participle is written. By whom was. So you should use the verb first. Then it should be followed by the subject. By whom was this book? Then participle form of the verb, written. By, what's the subject? Yeah, here you will get a confusion. By whom was this book written? That's all. Because this is the subject. By whom was this book written? When you change it into passive, it becomes an object. So, by who wrote this book? That is in the active form. When you change this sentence, this question into passive form, by whom was this book written? That's all. See, where do you buy this book? Where do you buy this book? Where, yeah, do you, do plus buy. So the tense form is in the present tense. Do plus buy. You, this book. Where is this book? Where is this book bought by you? Then question mark. Where is this book bought by you? So where do you buy this book? Where is this book bought by you? Then see, reasonable question. Where do you meet her? Where do you meet her? This is another question. How can you change this question into passive? Where? In the passive, the sentence must begin with the same question word. Keep it in your mind. Children should not change the question word. Where? Yes, do plus meet. joined together, meet. So the verb is in the simple present. If it is the simple present, you have to think of the equal be form of the verb. What is equal be form of the verb? Is or are. Okay, then see her. It becomes subject here. Then the equal be form of the verb is. Where is she? Yeah. Come on, change it. Where is she? Meet should be changed into met by you. Where is she met by you? Where do you meet her? It should be changed into where is she met by you. Okay. Where does Maya see her? Okay. Why do you like this pen? Why do better? Why did you like this pen? This is another question. Why did you like this pen? Here, why? The passive sentence should start with the question word why. Did plus liked. Then the tense form of the given verb is past tense. Then you have to think of equal past form of the be verbs. What are all the past form of be verbs? Was and were. Then see this pen, subject. It becomes object here. So was can be matched with this. Why was this pen liked by you? Why did you like this pen? Why was this pen liked by you? That is the passive structure. Okay. So, and the last one, how do you get it? I'll give you one more sentence using the be verb, using the question word how. Now, because you may find it difficult to change. Sometimes the questions begins with the how. How can you change this type of sentences, this type of interrogative sentences into passive? See, how do you get it? How do you get it? Can you guess, children, the answer? How is it got by you? The same principle. The same transformation principles has to be applied here. Yeah. Do plus get. Then the tense form of the given verb is present tense. Then you have to think of equal be form of the verb is, am, or only. Object is singular, it. Therefore, it can be matched with it. How is it got by you? Okay. Then the last, how will you select it? Model. How will you select it? I would like to give you one more sentence using the model auxiliary, will. How can you change this sentence into passive? How will you select it? See, how, then will plus select should be splitted. Then bring the subject in between. How will it be selected by you? This is the question. How will it be selected by you? How will you select it? How will it be selected by you? Okay, children. So, the second part of the video class, you have learned how imperative sentences should be changed into passive. In the imperative, you have three types of imperative sentences. First type of imperative sentences confined to object. So, this action is going to be executed by some object. In the second type of imperative sentences, the work or the action is confined to the subject. Okay. In the third type of imperative sentences, the first form of the verb is used. Therefore, such types of imperative sentences begins with a let. Don't think all the sentences that begins with the let need not be the passive. If a sentence begins with the let, and if it is followed by third V3 form of the verb, then only the sentence is said to be in the passive. Otherwise, if a sentence begins with the let followed by the V1, then the sentence remains in the active form only. Keep it in your mind, children. Okay, fine. Then interrogative sentences. As I told you, we have two types of interrogative sentences. Sentences begins with a verb, that is verbal questions. And then sentences begins with the question word question sentences. Okay. So, I have explained you both type of interrogative sentences and how these sentences should be changed into passive form. See, I will show you the chart. This chart will help you to understand these changes of the verbs. See, we eat sweets, we subject, eat verb, sweets, object. See, who, eat, answer is subject. What the subject eats, sweets is an object. So to identify a subject in a sentence, you have to raise two questions, what and who. But to identify an object in a sentence, you have to raise two questions, what and whom. Okay, fine. See table 1, changes of pronouns. Rules 1. See, I should be changed into by me, we should be changed into by us, you should be changed into by you, he should be changed into by him, she should be changed into by her, it should be changed into by it, then they should be changed, then last they should be changed into by them. So in this way, pronouns of the active form should be changed into by plus pronoun in the passive form. Okay, children? Then suppose be verbs. In the passive form, be verbs is plus past participle, are plus past participle. If it is past tense means was plus past participle, then were plus past participle. This is the unique structure of the passive sentences. Okay, then have verbs. How this have verb changed in the passive structure? Have plus been plus past participle, has plus been plus past participle, then had plus been plus past participle. Okay, then modals. Modals changed into passive in this way: will plus be plus past participle, shall plus be plus past participle, can plus be plus past participle. Okay, so one thing you have to keep in your mind, almost when you change the sentence from active to passive, in the passive you have to use only V3 form, that is past participle. So be verbs plus past participle, do verbs plus past participle, have verbs plus past participle, modal auxiliaries plus past participle, that is the base for the passive sentences. Okay, children, if you have any doubts, you can freely call me and you can get it clarified with your English teachers. Thank you, children. Have a nice day. Cut